He trusted only numbers. He believed faith was just noise. Until a dataset appeared on a screen that he never downloaded. It showed hidden codes in the Quran, patterns, frequencies, and a number that kept repeating, 19. It matched exactly what the Quran said 1,400 years ago. But the moment he tried to share it, he was haunted. Figures appeared in his dreams. Windows fogged up with words in Arabic he'd never learned. That's when he heard the whisper, submit. And he did. This is the true story of a data analyst who decoded the Quran and was led to Islam by a miracle beyond math. Watch full video now. Your heart won't leave untouched. Laailahaillallah, one truth hidden in plain sight. If this story stirred something in your soul, don't scroll past it. Type subhanallah in the comments. Like, share with someone searching for answers. Subscribe to Deeninminute for more real stories that awaken the heart. He was just a data analyst until the Quran sent him a message. They say numbers never lie. For Ryan Mercer, a data analyst at one of London's top financial firms, numbers were the only thing in life that made sense. He lived in the clarity of logic, the neatness of Excel cells, the elegance of predictive models. Faith, he thought, was for the weak, for those who couldn't face the randomness of reality. But even in the heart of probability, sometimes the impossible occurs, and it began with a data set he was never supposed to find. It was a rainy Tuesday evening when Ryan stayed late at work. His colleagues had left hours ago. He leaned over his laptop, sipping cold coffee and reviewing behavioral prediction models on consumer finance trends. He was combing through anomalies when a line of code flagged a peculiar data set. The dataset's header was strange. Divine Pattern Series, DSN0144, Quranic matrix. It didn't belong in the company's system. Out of curiosity and maybe boredom, he clicked it open. His screen flickered. Rows and columns of Arabic script appeared. Ryan didn't know Arabic, but he recognized the structure of numbers, counts, and patterns. A second file labeled README appeared, offering an English summary. This is a numerical exploration of the Quran, counted by chapters, verses, letters, and words. You may discover what lies beyond the veil of mere digits. He frowned. Religion in a data server? Highly irregular. He should have deleted it. But something about the patterns, the perfect symmetry of verse counts, the mathematical balance between words like day, used 365 times, angel and devil, both 88 times, life and death, each 145 times. It gnawed at his mind. The next day, against his usual logic, Ryan downloaded the dataset onto his personal drive. That night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling. He pulled out his laptop and opened the data again. Then he started writing scripts to analyze it further. What he found shook him. The word sea appeared exactly 32 times. The word land appeared 13 times. Adding them gave 45. Now, divide each by 45. Sea was 71.1%. Land was 28.9%. He Googled the actual surface area of the Earth's oceans and land masses. Sea, 71%. Land, 29%. His chest tightened. Coincidence? No, not when this scripture was compiled 1,400 years ago by a desert-dwelling prophet, unlettered and without satellite maps. He spent the following days absorbed in the matrix. Word pairs that had perfect frequency balance. Themes that echoed rhythmically through chapters. His sleep dwindled, his food untouched. One morning, he stood in front of the bathroom mirror and noticed something eerie. The skin under his eyes had darkened like bruises, and his reflection didn't blink when he did. He stumbled backward. That night, he dreamed of the desert, a vast expanse of golden sand and a deep, blood-red sky. In the dream, he was running, breathless, pursued by shadows. Whispers echoed in languages he didn't understand. Suddenly, he was before a figure, cloaked in white, eyes like the stars, radiating peace. The figure raised a hand and whispered, "You are looking in the wrong place, Ryan, but you are close." He jolted awake, sweat-drenched, chest pounding. His clock blinked, 3:19 a.m. He blinked, 3:19. Why did it feel familiar? He remembered the data. He searched, Quran chapter 74, verse 30. The number 19. He looked it up. Over 19 angels. He dove into online forums and found a scholar's article titled, "The Code 19 Miracle in the Quran." It spoke of a numerical code based around the number 19 woven into the Quran structure. Verses, chapters, words, all mathematically aligned. He cross-verified it with his own scripts. The data confirmed it. Letter counts, verse structures, the Bismillah having 19 letters, its repetition fitting a precise numerical scheme. It was beyond coincidence. Then the horror began. The more he decoded, the more his world unraveled. His computer crashed without reason. Files disappeared from folders. One night, as he sat scrolling through the verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, a loud crash came from his kitchen. He rushed in. Plates were shattered on the floor, the air freezing cold. On the foggy window pane, someone or something had drawn the Arabic word hack. He looked it up. Truth. Shaken, Ryan installed cameras. The next night, while analyzing chapter 112, Surah Al-Ikhlas, a chill passed through him. His monitor flickered again and showed a frame from the camera feed. A dark figure, tall, humanoid, no face, stood behind him for a moment. The video glitched, looped, then vanished. He threw his chair and yelled, "What do you want?" A voice whispered inside his head, but it wasn't threatening. "Submit." His phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "Read it." Surah 39:53. He trembled as he opened the verse. "Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves by sinning, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins." The tears came without permission. Something inside cracked. The hardness he'd wrapped around his heart began to melt. The next day, he visited the East London Mosque. He didn't tell anyone, not yet. He simply walked in and sat quietly in the back. The imam approached him after prayer and gently asked, "First time?" Ryan nodded. "I don't know why I'm here." The imam smiled softly. "Sometimes we don't come. We're called." In the following weeks, Ryan began learning Arabic, reading the Quran, sitting with scholars. One night, reading Surah Al-Anfal, a verse hit him like a thunderclap. Indeed, Allah is not one to change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. 13:11. He broke down. That night, he raised his hands, knelt on the floor, and whispered, I believe there's no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger." Peace flooded his heart like a wave, overwhelming, warm, and whole. But his trials weren't over. 2 days later, his office computer exploded, literally, when he tried to access the Quran dataset again. IT blamed a power surge, but Ryan knew that knowledge was no longer for that space. His boss called him in. "You've changed," she said. "You're calmer, focused, but you're distant." "I found truth," he answered, "and it's outside the models we built." The HR dismissed him a week later. No reason, just restructuring. Yet he smiled as he left the building, because he no longer served a firm. He served something far higher. Months passed. He moved to a modest apartment near the masjid. He studied Quranic linguistics, immersed himself in tafsir, and even began working with Muslim youth, teaching them the miracle of numbers hidden in the book. One evening, a teenager approached him after a talk. "Is it true?" he asked. "All those numbers about sea and land, life and death?" Ryan nodded. "It's all there, but it's not about numbers. It's about the one who designed them." The boy asked, Why you? Why were you shown all this?" Ryan smiled, remembering the shadows, the figure in white, the nightmares. "Because sometimes," he said, "when Allah wants to guide someone, he sends them a sign in the language they understand. My language was data, and he never touched another data set again, except the Quran, because in its cells were not just numbers, but truth, light, and something that defied all algorithms, mercy." And to the last breath of his life, Ryan Mercer would whisper in awe, "Laailahaillallah, there is no God but Allah."